For today's headlines, Isko, BBM, dead heat in survey. 5% economic growth eyed by year-end. Numbers coding remains suspended. Cops ordered increased street visibility. Swab test of local tourists now free. DENR urges protect Central Luzon watersheds. Red Cross aids waterless Manila barangays. Good morning, I am Venice Bautista and this is Tribune News on Q. Today is November 2, 2021, and these are latest news this Tuesday morning. Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Domagoso and former Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. ended up statistically tied in a nationwide poll of 10,000 face-to-face respondents conducted last October 17 to 26 by RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. If the May 2022 elections transpired during the survey period, Isko Moreno would score a 2.29% win with 25.39% of the country's voting population, the survey firm said. However, with 2% margin of error, it will be a 0.29% lead for Isko over Bongbong Marcos, who garnered 23.10% support from the voters, a statement from Dr. Paul Martinez of RPMD said. Meanwhile, Vice President Maria Leonor Leni Robredo significantly gained a rating of 18.31%, followed by Senator Emmanuel Manny Pacquiao at 17.88%. Senator Panfilo Ping Lacson got 7.08%, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa 3.41%, and Ernesto Ernie Abella, former spokesperson of President Duterte, with 0.81%. In the National Capital Region, 30.53% picked Domagoso, trailed by Marcos at 28%. And for the rest of Luzon, however, Marcos reigned at 30.33%, followed by Domagoso with 25.84%. In the Visayas region, Domagoso led with 24.63%, followed by Pacquiao with 23.18%, and Robredo 21.97%. Pacquiao acquired 24.63% voters' preference in Mindanao, followed by Domagoso with 22.70% and Robredo 16.79%. The country's local output, measured in gross domestic product, must grow by at least 5% in the second semester of the year to achieve the revised 4 to 5% full-year target. Finance Undersecretary Gil Beltran expressed his confidence that the third quarter economic performance will boast better numbers, firming up their case to hit their goal. The country's GDP print in the first quarter was revised upward from -4.2% to -3.9%, while GDP in the second quarter was recorded at 11.8%. While at it, Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III said the Development Budget Coordination Committee will hold on to its 4 to 5% GDP target, and recovery should not be considered as a race. Moody's Analytics said in its earlier report that the Philippines' recovery could remain behind its regional peers, citing that policymakers have relied primarily on severe and lengthy lockdowns to tame the pandemic. The finance chief then noted on their immediate and midterm goals to further aid economic recovery. The immediate goal and the midterm goal is to remove the virus as a determinant of our growth, and that is the immediate goal, and the only way to do that is to make sure that we vaccinate everybody from 12 years old up, he explained. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority said Monday that the Unified Vehicular Volume Reduction Program, or numbers coding scheme in Metro Manila, remains suspended this November. MMDA's announcement came just weeks after its chairperson, Benjamin Ben-Hur Abalos, said that the volume of motor vehicles at Epifanio de los Santos Avenue has nearly reached pre-pandemic levels. Traffic at EDSA has traditionally served as the barometer of motor vehicle volume in the roads of Metro Manila, where community quarantine level had been eased to alert level 3 until November 14, thereby allowing some businesses to operate. Abalos has said that 390,238 vehicles traversed EDSA on October 7, 2021, a little less than the 405,882 recorded there on July 8, 2019. He added, however, that traffic speed from Monumento to Rojas Boulevard was averaging 23.43 kilometers per hour at present compared to the pre-pandemic 11 kilometers per hour. In keeping the number coding scheme suspended, the MMDA cited as reason the fact that public transportation is not yet running normally. Allowing motorists to use their vehicles anytime would ensure they do not add to the number of commuters availing of the still limited public transportation, it pointed out. Tribune News on Q will be back after these short reminders.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Oh, vaccination, isolation, gotta keep up with my nutrition, gotta maintain my body condition, then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination, babakuna ka ba? 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 Paturok, paturok, paturok.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
We're back on Tribune News on Q. The Philippine National Police Chief General Guillermo Eleazar directed ground units to enhance visibility on the streets and prepare for the pilot run of the gradual increase in passengers allowed in public utility vehicles. In a statement, the PNP chief said visibility and anti-crime patrols should be sustained in areas where street criminals are known to frequently strike, especially because criminal elements will become more active now that more passengers will be going out and Christmas is approaching, Eleazar explained. The directive came after a Sangguniang Kabataan chairman of Infanta Quezon lost her bag to a couple of snatchers in Manila last Thursday. The victim was hurt in the incident when she was dragged along by the motorcycle riding suspects as they grabbed her bag. Two suspects were arrested in front of the Manila North Cemetery on Sunday after law enforcers noticed that they were not wearing crash helmets and that their motorcycle did not bear a license plate. Meanwhile, Eleazar directed the Highway Patrol Group to assist and coordinate with the Department of Transportation regarding the 30-day pilot study of the gradual increase in the number of passengers allowed in public utility vehicles. Apart from ensuring that minimum public health standards are followed in public vehicles, the PNP is ready to assist in other ways to make the pilot run a success, he said. The pilot run was scheduled after the National Task Force Against COVID-19 approved the increase in operational capacity from the current 50% to 70% for public road-based and rail transportation plying Metro Manila and nearby provinces such as Bulacan, Rizal, Cavite, and Laguna. The Department of Transportation said the pilot run will begin on November 4. As the country eyes to rekindle its once booming tourism industry, the Department of Tourism has prepared programs and tourism promotion efforts, including making RT-PCR tests free for local tourists. In a radio interview Monday, Tourism Secretary Berna Romulo Puyat said they have decided to shoulder the RT-PCR of local tourists from its former subsidy of 750 pesos. Currently, the price of an RT-PCR ranges from 3,000 pesos to 3,500 pesos in private clinics. They decided to subsidize 100% starting November 1, and the Department of Tourism and Tourism Promotions Board will subsidize it. Tourists will not pay any more for their RT-PCR swab. They just need to show that they would be staying in a DOT-accredited hotel and their return ticket because they can only pay for tourists. Further, Romulo Puyat revealed that they have accredited the Philippine Children's Medical Center as a testing facility for free swabbing and mulling to subsidize more government medical institutions in providing free RT-PCR tests. The reason behind subsidizing these RT-PCR tests is because many local tourists treat the price as very expensive, making them cancel their trips. And that's why they decided to subsidize it, he explained. Several tourist destinations such as Baguio now accept travelers of all ages, she added, and earlier the DOT said fully inoculated tourists are no longer required to present swab tests, only their vaccination cards. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources urged Central Luzon residents to protect and conserve the forests and watersheds in the region through an advocacy campaign. DENR Regional Office Executive Director Paquito Moreno Jr. stressed that the message is clear under the recently launched Save Our Watershed advocacy campaign. Moreno, who was in Palayan City for the provincial launch of the campaign, stated that a watershed is an important source of water for power generation, including domestic and irrigation use. It also provides numerous ecosystem services like clean air, water, and protection against disaster and calamity like typhoon, landslide, flooding, and even global warming and climate change. Moreno said that we must sustain these important benefits and functions of our watershed to maintain ecological balance, that our collaborative efforts are much needed now to protect and conserve this ecosystem. He also cited the active collaboration and cooperation of various stakeholders of the environment can stop environmental crimes and abuses on forest and natural resources. They need to change the public perception and attitude that watershed is not only a source of resources to be extracted, but it also has life that is crucial to our survival. Moreno said, adding that more than reforestation, social behavior change is crucial in this campaign to save the watershed. Tribune News on Q will be back. Stay with us.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
You are still watching Tribune News on Q. And in other news, the Philippine Red Cross on Monday said it has distributed 40,000 liters of potable water to several barangays in Manila affected by a recent water shortage. PRC Chairperson and Senator Richard Gordon underscored water as a basic human need in ordering the water distribution operation. Gordon said that when there's water shortage like this, help should be delivered, because each day every person needs 20 to 50 liters of clean, safe water for drinking, cooking, and personal upkeep. He said the PRC sent out its water tankers on October 30 to 31 in the barangays during the Manila pipe realignment works to cover the needs of 6,000 residents. Last Saturday, the private humanitarian group's water tankers served Barangay 870 in the Pandacan district of Manila, unloading 20,000 liters of drinking water. The following day, PRC unloaded another 20,000 liters of clean water in barangays 826 and 872. PRC deployed one water tanker manned by 7 emergency response unit personnel for the 2-day operation. The realignment work is part of the Department of Public Works and Highways Flood Control Project. And that wraps up the stories this morning. Before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store, Mary Kay, Araneta Center, Department of Tourism, MG Motors, Hina Motors, Security Bank, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Venice Bautista on Tribune News on Q, reminding you that we only have 53 days until Christmas. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its vibrant community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tarsito are available on our community Viber.